Hi all, welcome to Tech Forum. In this video, let us see how to allow the servers running on laptop with Windows 10 to be accessible externally. I am running a AEM server in port 4503 and that should be externally accessible through HTTPS. I am connecting to Motorola router with Chromecast Wi-Fi in my home network. Also, I want to enable this through my custom domain demo.albinsblog.com. I already have a top domain albinsblog.com. I need to enable a subdomain called demo, and the AEM server should be accessible through that subdomain. Currently my domain is managed through, the name server is managed through Cloudflare, so I need to do some configuration there. So as a first step, the AEM server should be started. So my case already the server is running. I enabled in port 4503. So now next thing is like we need to enable or we need to allow this connection from the external network to our router. So for that we need to access the router management page. So this can be accessed through the IP of default gateway. So the default gateway IP can be identified through just type command prompt here. Go to command prompt, just type ipconfig. You can see here this is the default gateway. Just copy that. Now go to a Chrome or any browser, just enter. Yeah, it will open the router management page. Yeah, you can enter your credential and credential here. Motorola perspective, the default one is admin and Motorola, but I changed the password, so I need to enter my password. Yeah, so login. Okay, once you log in, you will see some basic details here. So here click on advanced. Yeah, now advanced router. Now click on forwarding. Yeah, so here you can see forwarding, like you can add a IPv4 for forwarding. Click on this add IPv4. So in case if you need IPv6, you can add this. In case it's IPv4, I already added it. Maybe let me see, edit and so that. Yeah, if I one is the local IP address. So this is again, you can go back to this command prompt and see this is your local IP address where your laptop is running or where your server is running. So this is my laptop IP. So in your local network, within the router, you can have multiple devices, your mobile or another laptop, multiple laptops connected, but this IP where the server is running. So my case, this is the IP of the server. Now I will go to start port. So where the server is running, local port 4503. Then like end port is again going to be 4503. Then external IP address, I am going with the default value 0.0. This one, so it means allows from all the IPs. Then from where the external communication is coming, in my case it's 80. Even though I am connecting through HTTPS, my HTTPS will be terminated in Cloudflare. So Cloudflare will connect to my server or my machine through plain 80 port. Then protocol, you can have TCP, UDP or both. My case anyway, it's known to me as a TCP. Then I can select TCP. If you are not sure which protocol is used for server connectivity, you can go with both. Now you need to enable or disable. Now click select the enable and save that. So it means that now the port 80, whatever the request comes to 80 for this particular server will get translated to 4503. So that you can connect to your AEM server. Okay, now one more thing, what we need to do, we need to identify the public facing IP, because this is a kind of local IP to my laptop. I need a public facing IP, that is the IP we are going to connect from um, external browsers. So for that, what you do is like going to the again status, go to connection. You need to cancel that. So I'm not going to save anything. Go to status and connection. Yeah, if you see here, this is my public facing IP address, IP4 address. The same thing you can even identify from what is my IP. So going to what is my IP, you can just type it here. So it may show you some, yeah, this one you can go. What is my IP address? So it will show you like 76.17.27.17.111. So this is my public IP. So this is the IP external system can use it to connect it. Now what we need to, one more step we need to do, still it may not work. So we need to, Windows firewall should be enabled. Right now we configured forwarding in router level, but Windows firewall will still reject the request 24503. So for that, what you need to do is go into again open this Windows Defender firewall configuration. So type Windows Defender firewall with advanced security. Just click on that. Okay, now it is opened. Now here if you see, like you can see something like inbound. Here like this is already enabled. Windows Defender firewall is on. So inbound connection that do not match the rule are blocked. So if the you can even switch off this firewall, but that is not recommended security issue. So then every communication will be allowed. So that's why you can't switch off. Now what you need to do is go into inbound rule. There is multiple rules are there, but you create a new rule. Select port here, click next. TCP is fine. Then like what you are going to do is all like specified local port. See, specify the local port number here. My case it is 03. So 4503. Now click on next. Yeah, so all the connection, that's fine. Now click on next. Just click on next. Provide some name now. AEM connection. Yeah, it means we are going to allow the AEM connection on that particular port, like 4503. And now the configuration is completed through the like a public IP. You will be able to access it. So maybe let me show you that. If now you will be able to access the AEM server when you go to this port 80. Yeah, it's taking you to the default page. So it's working as expected. But my case, I need to use some subdomain to access the page. So for that, what you can do is, as I said, I have a domain albinsblog registered in Cloudflare. So go to that domain DNS management. Just click add a record, select a record, then put it here like demo. Just to type demo here, then your IP address, that is this IP address 76.17.216.1. Then like detail leave it, you can just save it. So already I added that a record demo 76.17 whatever the IP address. Now this is now accessible through HTTPS. So that configuration is already completed. So if you go to the SSL TLS tab, I already enabled the SSL for all the subdomains and the top domain for the albinsblog.com. So I selected flexible. What does that mean is from browser to Cloudflare it is HTTPS, and Cloudflare to all this origin server wherever I am going to connect. So it is going to be HTTP. So now like when you access this particular domain demo.albinsblog.com, browser perspective is going to be HTTPS, and it will connect to Cloudflare. Then from Cloudflare to my laptop or my AEM server, it will connect via 80 port. Then already we have the port forwarding configured in the router to forward the port 80 to 4503. So then 4503 my server is running. So let me access now through this specific URL demo.albinsblog.com. Yeah, now if you see, like I'm able to access this page through this demo.albinsblog.com. If I go to this SSL certificate, it will say it's a valid. See, Cloudflare certificate is get allowed, say applied to this. So yeah, now what we did is like we enable the router to do a port forwarding. Then Windows firewall we changed to allow this particular port 4503 port. Then I configured a subdomain in Cloudflare demo so that I can access through that subdomain my server. Then configured that IP address a record. Also SSL is enabled. So now I am finally able to access my laptop, the server running on my laptop, connected to home network. and Windows 10 running on Windows 10 to be externally accessible. Thanks all for watching the video. See you in the next video.